We have a truly dangerous weather pattern that is about to hit everybody for the next 48 hours. The severe weather has raised up. Your chances for strong tornadoes, even large to very large hail, chances for 3.5 inches are greater. Even chances for the overnight nocturnal tornadoes is still showing possible, bringing a lot of damage and winds. But it doesn't stop there. As we go into this weekend, we have a very cold Arctic blast coming through, bringing freezing temperatures and bringing a lot of snow, still showing feet of snow for a lot of people, everybody. Then right behind that, we're going to a whole different weather pattern. So let's go through the new information of who is at risk. So for today, our tornado threat, not only the big 2%, we have significant severe all the way across its chance for a strong tornado anywhere in these line of storms. Plus, we have the 5% across the south and across Ohio Valley, Missouri Valley. This is where you have a chance for strong tornadoes. Even a higher intensity where you could have chances for EF2, EF3 intense tornadoes in this black hatched area for northern Illinois, northern Indiana. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for today. And this second line down here is chances for EF2 tornadoes. The top line is chances for EF3 plus. Also the damage and winds for today, even the significant severe right here in this black hatched area, chances for strong winds. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds for today, and not only large hail, but very large hail. So you can see the hail threat for today. We have significant severe all the way from Texas all the way towards southern Michigan, chances for 2 inches in diameter. But along this 30%, also down here for the south, is chances for large hail to very large hail in this black hatched area along the south. This is the highest intensity. This chances for 3.5 inches plus. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today. And remember, this line right here, the second one is chances for large hail. This top line is chances for very large hail, 3.5 inches plus. And for tomorrow, our tornado threat, we have the black hatched area, significant severe on the northern and the southern side. There's chances for an EF2 strong tornado, plus we have the 5%. So here's your cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for tomorrow. And once again, this line on top is your chances for strong tornadoes. We also have the wind threat for tomorrow. It's going to be milder than for today, but here's your cities and states at risk for the winds for tomorrow and the hail threat, which will also be milder than today. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for tomorrow. Showing the latest information with National Weather Service, not only a chance for a few strong tornadoes, also intense tornadoes with very large hail. That's EF3 plus, everybody. And the atmosphere is actually going to be perfect for a chance for a lot of tornadoes, everybody, especially the strong tornadoes. Because not only with wind direction change with height from these two different systems, this is also giving us speed shear. So it's going to be a lot of storms that's going to build up as we go through the night, and especially overnight hours. This is going to kick up from that northern flow, bringing the storms for the north going overnight across Ohio Valley, and from this upper low that's bringing the storms across the south. And this will last all the way for Wednesday evening as well, and carry across for the northeast, also from the south towards the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, and still all the way for Thursday morning as well. Then we have cold temperatures coming behind this, but the coldest is going to be from Tuesday into Wednesday. But with the daytime heating, our instability grows very fast. Matter of fact, our numbers are very large, everybody. And look over here towards north, right on the edge of that line. This is where you're going to see the chance for the strongest storms. Showing that the highest so far is over 4,100 joules, everybody. A lot of instability, especially right there for Illinois. So be aware, chances for a lot of strong storms. And we will go to the radar. I just want you to see what you're looking at so you can see how these storms are building up as we go through the early evening. You can see with your significant tornado perimeters that it really gets very strong right around that time as we go from 7 towards 9 o'clock, as we're getting this whole line of storms all the way down from Texas all the way towards Michigan, bringing you hail, bringing you a threat for tornadoes and damage and winds. But that's going to be a very strong point right when we go from that 7 towards that 9 o'clock. Also, some damage and winds is coming right behind this weather pattern all the way towards Wednesday and portions of Thursday morning, bringing that 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. And this is coming in for Texas, Oklahoma, southern Kansas, going through northern Louisiana, Arkansas, even portions of Mississippi and Missouri as it goes across Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, bringing that 40 and 50 miles per hour wind gusts all the way through the interior northeast. And showing hail is going to be all along that line of storms, all the way until tomorrow morning when it picks up again across Texas and Louisiana. So be aware, in these areas, it's not only chances for damaging winds, strong tornadoes, but also a lot of hail coming with it. Especially over here into Texas, we have chances for very large hail. Showing southern Texas is where the biggest hail could be. Also bringing snow, showing for the next 48 hours for the higher elevations of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and western Montana, bringing multiple feet of snow and showing it will bring a few inches across South Dakota, across central Minnesota. You can see some snow out of this in central and northern Wisconsin where it turns into major snow as it goes across for the UP. And you see it does go into Canada. Maybe northern Maine will get some, but we have more coming, 2 more storms. But it's not just the snow, it's also bringing that freezing rain. Showing right here for northern Michigan, be aware of chances for a lot of freezing rain and ice to build up with the snow. Also over here for northern Maine. And this is what you can expect after the severe weather event. So after our severe weather for today into a little bit of Thursday morning, we're going to get this cold blast coming through for the weekend. That's really going to dig deep as it goes through that Monday, that Tuesday, and some of Wednesday as well as it pushes further towards the east. But then you're going to go through a warmer scenario as we go by for next weekend into the beginning of that week. And then as we go towards the weekend following that, here it comes right back again. We're going to start talking about this cold air coming through again, everybody. So we have the system that's coming through for today into tomorrow. This is bringing that snow and that freezing rain with it as well. And it's going to bring some cooler temperatures all the way for Thursday into Friday. Then we have that next system that's rolling right behind that, bringing that clipper as we go through for Friday, bringing that snow with that and the interior northeast as it goes out through New England. And as we go through for that Sunday, here comes that next cold blast, bringing that next snowstorm, bringing heavy snow and freezing rain with that one as well, with the cold temperatures right behind it as we go towards that Tuesday into that Wednesday. Then we're going to get that warm up happening for the rest of the week into the weekend. Then we're going to get cooler temperatures coming right back again. Still showing it is bringing a lot of snow between these 3 storms, everybody. Still bringing over a foot in the pink. All this very bright pink is 3 to 4 feet in higher elevations. And still bringing multiple feet towards northern Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan. Not showing a lot for the northeast, but it has shifted a little bit further south in the latest runs. So look at the GFS, the 0Z run, the overnight run, showing multiple storms coming through, bringing that snowfall and showing a little bit more for the northeast. But the latest run that just come out takes that next storm system that comes through for Saturday, Sunday, and portions of Monday a little bit deeper, where places like Chicago could be dealing with very large hail and strong tornadoes going right into a winter snowstorm. So I brought in a third one just to try and find a trend, the Canadian, and you can see it's showing that a heavier snowfall is going a little bit deeper than what we're seeing on that northern side. I'm sure the amount will come down a little bit. This is still going anywhere from 6 to 8 days, but still showing a lot of snow to come. And you can see the latest information with the data. We still have this cold blast coming through for this weekend. Then we'll still have it coming right back as we go towards the end of March into April. You can see the same information with the GFS. Still showing way up in our stratosphere that we're going to get this cold blast coming right back around again as we go through the end of March into April. Might even get this strong polar vortex over here where it's split into 2, swinging around as well. Because that is a pretty deep dip that's going into April, everybody. I will keep you updated. And this will bring a dangerous cold, but it will be a big flip-flop. So going into our highs for this Sunday, as you get freezing temperatures, even for your highs down here in Texas, you're going to be in the 80s and 90s, maybe even hitting 100 degrees in certain portions. But once you go right back for Monday morning, now you're right back into the 40s with all these freezing temperatures coming down and the very cold wind chills, everybody. Or you're going to be feeling like negative 15, negative 20 degree wind chills. Even your highs for Monday, you'll be colder along the south, but you're going to stay frozen to the north, and your feels like temperatures, your wind chills for your highs for Monday will still be very cold. Across the north central, the Midwest, the Great Lakes, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio Valley, out through the northeast. For Tuesday morning, it's coming right back down again with the freezing temperatures, bringing the 40s along the south and bringing a very cold wind chill with it. But once we go into next weekend, this is where this big warm-up is going to happen, everybody. But right after that warm-up, We're going to start talking about this cold blast coming down again as we go through later in March. Now, there's going to be two portions to this storm system for today, so I'm going to go through the southern half first. And remember, this time and date on top is Central Time. So as we go through about 3 to 4 o'clock, we're going to start seeing these storms get initiated down south. Remember, you do have the dry line down there, bringing chances for hail, chances for strong tornadoes as well. But you see the hail cores in these storm cells as we go through 5 p.m., as we go through 6. Start to go low northern into Oklahoma as we go through for 7, 8, 9. Showing very strong storms. Look at this. You got the hail cores in there. It's easily be multiple tornado threat storm systems as they come through. As we go through 9, 10, 11. Now you start to turn into a linear event, bringing the damage and winds with it as you go through the overnight hours, but still bringing that hail threat. Look at this. Over here for Texas, going into Oklahoma, still bringing some chances for damage and winds, but still bringing the hail with this as you go through 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, still bringing the same thing. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now it's going through DFW again, but now it's turning to regular thunderstorms going across for the DFW, and it's weakening down. But it is strengthening up as it goes from eastern Oklahoma, right there with the hail cores, right around 1 a.m., going into Arkansas as well, northwestern Arkansas, bringing you chances for the hail and the damage and winds that come with those storm cells all the way to early in the morning. This shot is at 3 a.m., still having all these storms coming through with this hail, everybody. Showing a very strong storm for today, and it's going to be stronger further towards the north. So let's go through the northern half now. Showing it's going to spark up right around 5 p.m. 5 p.m. seems to be a strong time for all this, for the south and for the north. Showing some strong cells coming through for southern Wisconsin, stronger over here for Illinois, going through Indiana. As we go through for 6, we could already be looking at a couple of tornado-warned cells with very large hail in there in those storm cells. Look at that. 7, it just grows right across the Great Lakes. As we go through 8 o'clock, still bringing strong storm cells, still bringing a lot of hail in there as well. As we go through for 9 o'clock, look at this line that congeals up from 9 o'clock. All the way from Michigan through Illinois, coming through Missouri, and all the way through the south, all the way by 10. There's a very strong line of storms, and these are two that are meeting together. Now you're starting to see the freezing rain and the snow coming across from Minnesota, also for Michigan. As you go through for 11, you still have strong storms coming through. You're still getting the freezing rain, the sleet. You're also getting the snow. But now you're getting these storms coming through, unfortunately, for southwestern Michigan again, northern Indiana, northern Illinois. As you go through for midnight, is still there persisting. Not only the snow, the freezing rain, but these strong storms bringing damage and winds and hail, and you cannot rule out a QLCS tornado. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., still going strong. Now you're starting to get some discrete cells pulling through for Ohio, which could turn into a bad scenario by 3 o'clock in the morning. Now you got a lot of strong storms pushing through. Over here for Michigan is bringing the damage and winds with it. But over here for Ohio, you're getting a lot of discrete cells that could easily spin up a chance for a tornado. So you need to watch out for this. This is a lot of little discrete cells in there as this pushes through. And we started getting the snow coming through still from Minnesota, going through Canada with the freezing rain and with the snow as well. Now for the snow that's coming through from Minnesota, showing it will be around Minneapolis, definitely around western Minneapolis. It's going to shift a little bit more. This is still coming through around midnight, 1 a.m. as you get in that snowfall. Then it'll transition into Wisconsin, into northern Michigan, bringing that freezing rain and bringing that snow as well. Remember, a lot more snow is coming behind this. But that is your latest weather update, everybody. Thank you again for your time. I will see you again for this afternoon. Make sure you're prepared for these storms, everybody, and the cold blast coming right behind it for this weekend, bringing that snow. Make sure you check on your neighbors. Remember, always help others, everybody. And make sure you stay ready, most of all. Before I go, a quick word from our Father. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Amen. I will see you this afternoon for the latest update. Make sure you click that bell and select all to get notified of it. Remember, above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life, you and everyone that is around you, and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. God bless you all and keep you safe.